wait for a couple of minutes for everyone to join. But yeah, a general discussion introducing ourselves. So this is one of the initiatives by Litos. We're planning to scale it up by giving proper right solutions to the students, those who are looking for a clarity in the corporate world. It's basically that you hear from everybody around. Everybody becomes a master of opinions. So it's better that we get a clarity. And when it comes from the experts in the right field, it's more convenient for you to take a call and with an assurance that you'll be getting the right mentor in the industry to take this forward. So that's the whole point. And we have Subhash and Kusmita already in. Let's give it some more time. Anything to add, Rudula, Preetam, and Petson?
Yeah, mainly this is the reason this is the main idea is that there are so many questions always going on in everyone's minds. And like what Bina said, there's always a contradiction of answers. You hear answers, vague answers from each person, and you can't actually voice your own questions. Each individual has individual questions too. So that's what, like Subhas, do you have any questions in your mind at the moment which you'd like to ask? We could actually just include that.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Yes.
So basically, we have taken a specialization looking at a like current situation of the market, right, corporate market. So we chose a MBA specialization looking into that. But
Mm-hmm.
after 2 years, the market might change completely. So how can we keep ourselves prepared for that?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is my question, actually.
Do you want to take it up now, or we will address it by the end?
Later, ma'am.
Yeah,
Later,
sure.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would suggest that, you can always put in chat. So
Yeah.
the whole session is about interaction. It's just that we don't want people to miss out, those who are not joining immediately. But yes, definitely we will answer that question. I think we have collected few questions from the students. So shall I start?
Yeah, let's start. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, good evening and thank you for joining. Each of your time is valued, and I really appreciate taking out time on a busy weekday. And the whole chaos, what's going on in the student community, is the gap between the corporate and the institution. So there is a set expectation from the corporates that the student who comes out of the institution has to be aware of everything, right, with the experience, which can come after 10, 15 years. But yes, right now the trend is that you need to get out of the institution with the same kind of experience, which is very difficult, giving the competition, giving the opportunities, options. So only a small contribution from our side is to give you a clarity to set a direction towards the success. So success is actually defined by you, but we are here to handhold you, take you ahead, and help you, because all of us have a greater vision of giving the student community a good solution to each and every problem. So I would like to introduce very quickly our esteemed guest here, or I can say we are the host, not the guest. We are the experts in the industry. We have crossed the stage of chaotic, the corporate culture. I won't say we have crossed it, we are still in it, and we understand how difficult it is to swim through this. So the only reason why we have only one particular expert from each field is to give you multi-dimensional answer or solution to your problem. So the problem is one, but there are different perspectives to it. So let's address it together. So let me quickly introduce you to, so you can see the screen, right? It's good. Yeah. So Miss Mridula, she's our senior AI marketing consultant and copywriter. So she's also a chief marketing officer at Litos. She helps and she will help you in translating your skills into a compelling personal and professional brand. Okay, so thank you, Mardula, for joining. And that's me. Mm, some of you know me already. So this is Beena, and I've been the founder of Litos, also an independent director, and I'm a mindfulness coach. I have been holding this blueprint of building corporate confidence and creating a right mindset for success. So we have Dr. Preetam Sahu, an AI educator and cloud architect who holds the keys to future proofing your skill in sense, anything under sky for AI is a person to reach out. Currently, yeah, we will give a chance for each of you to, you know, interact with the students and also brief about your skill set. We have Mr. Petson Gonzalez. So he is a global quality program lead with deep insight into cracking big tech and securing international roles. So welcome each of you. Thank you for joining. We have a few students right now, but this will be recorded and shared with many other students. And I suppose that's exam time, so mostly many couldn't join. Please share and encourage them to join the group, and then we take this ahead. Okay, 1 second. Yeah. So, with my experience of interaction with the students, we have come up with a discussion, of course. We have come up with different themes where we can categorize the questions, the problem areas. So one of them is first theme is the inner game and standing out. So we will just take one question at a time. I would request Mridula to take it further from you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So one of the most trending or common questions is, how do I manage the anxiety that students face, the anxiety of fear and fear of unemployment, and how that paralyzes their job search? So Beena, you'll be a good person to reply to an answer for this.
Yes, definitely. So this is something I am still working on, because it's not easy to give one solution, like a umbrella solution to all the problems. But yes, first of all, I would say don't compare yourself with anybody. Yeah, and it's your life, your focus area. You need to do things and work towards it. And also there is a fear of rejection more than the fear of reaching there, or this fear of success is different. Where we, at the student level, there is a lack of clarity and we don't know our own strength. So we need to work on it. Okay, so best is to shift from outcome to the process. So we always look at the destination, not the journey. So it applies the same way here. You need to build your clarity first, make a strength map. That's what I would suggest. So apply at least, I'll just give you an example. Apply for 2 jobs. Okay, so you know what is the outcome, and then you start improvising. It's not that the first thing which comes you're rejected doesn't mean you're not fit anywhere. Okay, it's a learning process. So just go ahead, build your CV in a way that you are any HR professional looks at your profile will be attracted to it. And then fear is always to be replaced with data, I would say. So when something is happening, there is a skill gap you identify. So instead of worrying about it, fill that with information, knowledge. So then you are skilled and you have more confidence to talk about that. I would say that much for now. The last main point is seek advice and support from the experts. That's why we are here. And please be free to always reach out.
Yeah, you mentioned strength map. What would you actually like to give a few pointers about the strength map? What is it?
Yes. So I always say this in the interactions where we have something in hand. Okay. So to accomplish that, there are multiple ways, multiple paths. So each of us will not be equally having that much strength or skill set to reach there, but we have multiple strengths which may be a bypass to that goal. Yeah, so we need to start thinking. So self introspection is very important. So when we do that, we understand what is our actual core strength, which is like, it can be the peak, the highest strength, and there are some strengths which are like, can be upgraded, can be updated, can be learned. And there are things which you can never do it. This is what you feel. You can find a replacement for that. Okay, there is always a replacement. I think, yeah, other experts will agree to this. So the
Yeah.
solution is not one way, right? There are multiple
So
ways.
you mean to instead of focusing on the drawbacks, we should focus more on our strengths and work at improving it. That's what
Perfect.
is better to be done.
Right.
Okay, fine. So let's move on to the next question then.
Yep.
Okay, so this can be answered by you, Bina, again, or by Petson. When everyone has a similar advanced degree, everyone has an MBA now. Everyone has an engineering degree. So, what is the single most way that a person can stand out to communicate their value? What would you recommend, Bina, Petson?
Petson, do you want to?
I can take this question. Firstly, thank you for this opportunity, to interact with the students and share some insights.
Yeah.
The question says the single most effective way, but I would like to put a couple of effective ways, to stand out and communicate the unique values. And the first and foremost is highlight the outcomes. Don't just say the qualifications. Let's say maybe a couple of students here, or maybe the MBA. So instead of saying I have an MBA, express that you have an MBA, but saying with the additional information, saying that I did an MBA, leading some cross-functional projects. That will highlight you. That will show you have some kind of leadership skills within you. And all the employers, most of the time, they just value the results and what strategies you used to get any outcome. So always the outcome is important. Then the how what you way you take forward the projects and everything. The second thing is showcase your differentiators. You can highlight the projects you have worked in a complex environment. It may be any projects. It may be a career related, or it may be your curriculum related. Express that how complex the project was and how you came up to come solutions for that project. And also, you can tell that if you have any specialized knowledge in any of the technologies or new techs, it may be related to AI or maybe data analytics or digital transformation. That will show you are unique. Everyone will have a degree, but just doesn't say that you are the candidate with a degree. And third important part is, I would say, leverage your soft skills. You know, most of the people will have the technical competence, but the emotional intelligence, how you communicate, how you adopt the people, and how you influence, that will set you apart. So leveraging the soft skills is very, very important. And next thing is you can demonstrate these things with saying that you worked in the leadership roles in the project, and you can show and talk about stakeholder management or conflict resolutions. So these are the things put yourself in showcase your unique values. And those who are like looking for a job, looking for a new opportunities, always try to build your personal brand. Nowadays the LinkedIn been used as a potential tool for hiring people. So try to put some insights on LinkedIn, write short posts or industry trends that will show you're not just a candidate, but you are someone with having a potential knowledge and right candidate for the industries. So these are the things I would put forward to showcase your unique values.
Amazing,
Yes.
Betsin. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. So in short, you mean, Pathan, you're indicating that the students should give the employer or company a reason to hire them.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
I stand by that. I think emotional intelligence is
Yes, that's
something
what.
you
Why
need to
is
highlight.
emotional intelligence so important?
Yeah, so I'll take it and with another answer for this.
Okay.
There's another strategy how you can take this. It's like more than your qualifications, you need to talk about tell your story. Okay, so the story right from a child to the old age, everybody buys them. Yeah, you need to actually convert your entire journey of why the purpose of why you have chosen why are you here, why are you applying for this particular job, what is that you need, right? So that should be your highlight, instead of just talking about your percentage grade and a CGPA. You need to focus on the empathy, you need to be really professional, but talk about the entire story as in what is that change you want to bring in. Okay, everybody wants, they just hire you because you're freshers, because you have a fresh perspective. So if you are somebody who can solve these existing problems with a different perspective, so you are the right hire. Yeah, so thank you, Mridula, and good Betson. Yeah,
Good answer.
we'll move on to the third one. Yeah.
AI, it's all about AI. Everywhere we go, we see AI tools, AI skills. So that is one thing that many students have in mind too. They, especially those who aren't aware of what AI exactly is, what skills they need. There's so many to choose from. So when you talk about this, Preetham, what would you say? What do you think AI will do? Will it actually replace jobs, or do you think it will help transform them?
So I would go with the option two. It's just about transforming the people. And I will give you an example. So when we started with software engineering, the coding was there for engineers,
Yeah.
right? Then we evolved to some other people, then chose the path. So it's the evolution phase. If you look at the journey, cloud was there for some time. Now is the AI phase, and I strongly believe quantum computing is the next phase. So that's the phase, the journey. And I always say to the people, and to my friends, colleagues, students, and to my kids, of course, say AI will not replace you. AI will replace you only if you are not using AI as a productivity tool in your day-to-day life. So persons who are using AI are staying ahead of the curve. And let me give an example. If you are coming from an engineering background, coding is no longer a flexibility or a hat or a pat on your back. That leverage is gone. But what you can do is, how can you use coding to be automated and save your 50 to 60% of time? So that is what you save time and show the impact. You should know how to use the tool relevant to your job experience. For example, these days you will see a lot of prompt engineers demand is coming, and a lot of optimization in deployment, software deployment, migration, transformation, right? Petson spoke about it. These are all backed by AI. And trust me, if you are not using AI, the people who write the curve ahead of you will of course have the add-on advantage. So it will not replace the job. It will create a lot of new areas job, and there will be a lot of shortfall of skills in the market. So people, and I strongly feel there will be a lot of jobs and less qualified people in the market. The way it's not anybody's problem, to be honest. I was like few years back, I was a data guy, infrastructure guy, cloud, complete cloud. I used to do a lot of migration, but I had to upskill myself to stay relevant in the market. Otherwise, nobody will ask you, right? So 3 years when I started, it was a lot of mental blockade for me. Why should I learn? Why should I go from my comfort zone? But trust me, if you don't ride the wave, then you will hit the coffin, honestly, in your career. So it's the hard truth. But yes, use AI in your day-to-day life, so that whenever, if you are new to the corporate world, you can be innovative, saying that, hey, what I think is, let's do this problem solving in a different way. That approach will give an advantage to your team, your company, your manager, whoever it is, and they will definitely see a value. And uh, and I see a lot of people are using AI. So you can't say no to AI. So you will have to gulp that, swallow that pain, and get started. It is the right time, and we are right on the track.
So when you speak about learning AI, what would you recommend? No, what AI tools or skills should
Yeah,
freshers be competent with now to start off
yeah,
with?
yeah. So I know people will come from different backgrounds, like
Yeah.
engineering, non-engineering. So the best way is to start with fundamentals. I will tell you, like, there are a lot of vendors in the market. Choose one vendor. Doesn't have to be Google, because I come from Google. That you don't have to pick Google. Go for Microsoft or OpenAI. These two are the leading, or Anthropic. So they offer you free courses where you can start from very basic. What is AI and what is the evolution of generative AI? These days we see. And the reason we see generative AI, because it is generating content. Content can be videos, images, code, anything, blogs, anything, right? Even a book, right? Storybook, anything. And now we are gone into one more stage ahead, version 2 of generative AI. We say agentic. Automate the boring stuff in your day-to-day work. So I will not go into depth in details. It's a slightly complex topic. But saying this, start with one vendor. Don't have the FOMO, fear of missing out. It is never too late, honestly. And start with one vendor, pick the course. There are a lot of free courses on the YouTube channel. And Udemy, you can buy a lot of good courses, but buy the relevant. Like, there are three vendors who are leading in the market. To me, that's my personal opinion. You can differ, of course. OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic. So pick those courses because they are innovating at a rapid pace. And start from the fundamentals. And trust me, you don't have to get fear or phobia of AI. Start with generative AI because that is the simplest of anything. I did the same before I got certified in my doctorate degree and thesis on complete AI. I started with generative AI because that's the easiest thing where any layman can understand. So they can go to Chat GPT or Gemini or Claude, anywhere, and start asking questions, and also do fact checking. Don't copy paste the content. Do check the citations, the links where it is speaking from, because garbage in is garbage out, right? And it is not the fault of machines. They have been trained on so much of data that it is very difficult for them to say this data is fake or not. Use your human intelligence. That's what I say. Even if you have AI, human empathy, intelligence, emotions, they all come into play in the job. And that, I don't think AI will replace that factor. And everywhere you see AI, Mrudula, like, or Bina, like, you will see there is a human in the loop. There will be a human person who will be checking constantly, saying the validations whether these are correct or wrong, right? So long story short, lot of ample options in the market, but pick only one vendor. Don't see what your friend is studying. Go with your gut feeling, and complete that journey. Don't bifurcate after saying, hey, my friend is learning OpenAI and all those things. I want to learn OpenAI or Anthropic or Google. Don't do that. Start with the one journey, complete it, and then see where you stand. And once you do that, there are a lot of certificates in the market as well. So in case you are interested, reach out to us. We can help you with that.
Yeah, I've seen, you can see there's lots of things to learn in AI which cannot be covered in a single session. But yes, what would can be covered up is AI will not replace jobs because eventually a human is needed, but the
Yep.
human should be able to know how to use the AI tools, and that's why you need to know AI skills in AI tools. Only then AI will not replace your jobs. In short, you need to know AI and you need to know how to manage AI, then your job will not be replaced. Right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would also summarize it in my terms, in
Yeah.
HR terms. So
Yeah.
your job is not actually disappearing. Your job description is changing. That's it. Yeah. So it's easy
Mhm.
to upgrade yourself. Yeah. Let's move on to the next question.
Okay, so another question that everyone like manage. We previously spoke about having the same skills, having the same degrees. So what should I do when I have you feel that you see a job description and you wonder what you should be doing because your degree doesn't seem to be matching with the job description. So what can be done to fill up the gap? So with Beena, Preetham.
I'll just start. Maybe Pritham can add up, right?
Okay.
Uh, Basically, we know that there are not all skills are, no, we are not master of all skills. So you can always find the gap and quickly learn. Like Pritham was suggesting, there are ways of learning. You need not have a paid certified courses, but you can do it out of interest and knowledge building. And also position yourself in a way that 70%, that's a 70% rule, okay, in HR. What we do is 70% of the requirement you're meeting, and then go ahead and apply, because job descriptions are such a way that they will also know that we don't get 100% candidate. We cannot have it. But if you are confident, then go ahead, and that 20 or 30%, whatever gaps you find, you can always tell them that you are ready to upgrade. So that eagerness to learn is also very important. Yeah, maybe Preetham, you can add up.
Yeah, thanks, Veena. And I think you have summed up it well, quite well. And you should be open for any technology. Like technology is just the flavor of the season. You have different flavors like summer, winter, and autumn, and everything, right? So technology is just the flavor. And if you are not open for learning, then your career is going to be doomed, honestly. So that's what I keep saying, and always follow this principle very close to my heart. So at the age of 43, I don't shy away from my age. I'm still learning, and I always say, learn, unlearn, and relearn. I know your brain is always a small, tiny box inside your mind. You don't have to overwhelm it, right? So you will have to let go few things. So same thing with me. I had to let go few things to learn. And job description, no job description will 100% match anybody candidate, honestly. It's a slightly broader description, as Beena said rightly. Look like you cover at least 60 to 70% of the job description and add your flavor to it. What extra can you bring in? And I will quote my example here so that you get a clarity. When I joined Google 6 years back, of course, I felt twice to join to clear the interview rounds. It was tougher round, being very open with you. And what happened was the job description was matching 50%. But somehow I had the gut feeling like I can do it. And this is my first role change. I happened 6 years back. I was always a customer facing technical architect, but I came to a partner facing technical architect. And I know it might sound as a jargon for you, the students here, but if you look at, there is a significant role change, even though it's technical work. So, but I was convinced that I can do the job because I prepared, I studied, I did reach out to friends who can help, and all those things, right? The background homework has to be done. If you do your homework right, no matter how tough it is, you will clear it. Honestly, technology is not any longer a differentiator. It is all about your attitude, mindset, and how you approach the problem. So this thing
Perfect.
plays an important factor.
Right, Preetham. Petson, do you have anything? Or
Yes,
sure, sure.
if in a few minutes I can explain with an example that I'm a mechanical engineering background candidate, and all of my friends were my batchmates were mechanical engineers. But we have a candidate who is a gold medalist. He was the gold medalist outgoing student from mechanical engineering. But he started his career within IT. You know, where is mechanical engineering? Where is software engineer? But he went for it. He went for it. He learned uh, topics what has been required for that. As Bina mentioned, eagerness to learn new things. That's very important. So he identified things to be learned for to be fit for that job role, and he's doing quite well. So doesn't matter what degree you have. Starting the career is very important. We have many people in our team like who comes from architecture background and working for an automotive industry. But in the any kind of industry, there are some the rules which is similar to other industry as well. For example, a
Right.
project manager. Project manager can work in any kind of industry. He can be IT industry, it can be a mechanical industry, it can be other real estate industries. So when you get into a job, look for what the job requires so that you can upskill for that, and you don't have to have that anxiety. Doesn't my degree is different and what I'm doing is different. It is not like that. So that's all for mine.
Oh, amazing. I think we covered up everything, right, Mridula?
Yes, yes, it looks pretty well. Everything is covered up.
Okay, we'll move on to the next question. So
Okay.
meanwhile, students, if you have something, you can always put it in the chat. After this, we will address those.
Yes.
Yeah.
As we move along, whatever question they have, just share it so we can cover it up later on. Okay, so another question is related to the previous question. Which certification or specialization do you think would offer the highest return on investment? I think Preetham, even all of you, either of you can give your individual perspectives. You start with Preetham?
I will talk from the technology stand.
Yeah.
Uh, there are certifications is a double-edged sword, honestly, in the industry these days. The moment you say you have 10, 12, 15, I have seen a lot of candidate having that, have one or two, but be confident on that.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in certifications as much as a person, as an individual. I do the bare minimum, but whatever I do, I am super confident that I will have to prove it right when somebody questions my authority, right? So if you come about to me, it's about generative AI, and the easiest way is there are a lot of free certifications there. From Google aspect, I know that you can look out for Google Cloud Leader certification. uh, it's not free, but the courses which are there are a lot of free courses, and a lot of social media platforms like YouTube and all. Lot of AI gurus are there, very good gurus are there. They offer you guidance how to clear it, and it doesn't require to be a tech savvy. And we encourage lot of salesperson, HR functions, marketeers also to sit for that. So so that means you can see the depth is not there, but understanding of the use case, how to use AI is important. Understanding the technology and the impact on the real-time use cases in the pain areas, how to solve the pain, that is the important. So I would say the easiest way is to get certified is and prove your worth is go for Google Generative AI Leader Certificate. But there are equivalent certificate from OpenAI and Anthropic as well. Just look out for that in the Geminis and or Chat GPT. Just search for it; they will give you the insights.
Okay. Veena, what would you say?
I wouldn't suggest anything because
Mhm.
I address this particular question one on one because I've experienced this, that we have students from multiple streams, so each one is different, and I wouldn't address only this. Okay, so yeah, maybe Petson can, if you
Yeah,
want
I
to,
mean,
from
this question is
corporate.
very interesting.
Right.
The specialization, it will give a highest return of investment. It depends on which industry you are going, which course
Yes.
you have taken, and what level of big company you are getting into. You may do a very expensive course and you may end up in a startup. It may
Right.
not give a highest return of investment. But
Exactly.
however, Pritham put it very clearly, and I completely agree with what Pritham has informed. Keep it limited. Whatever certification you take, it be expert of it. Pritham covered IT related, but I can talk about few of industry where I belong to. SAP is a hot cake now. SAP is every industry, mechanical industry, logistic industry, and adopting SAP material management. Also, the data analytics, um, Python data analytics. Everywhere it is now. The decision is driven by the data. So these are the things you can think of. But as I said, it depends on which industry you are going into.
So in
Right,
short, there's no
Petson.
single certification or specialization that gives the highest return of investment. It
Yeah.
depends on what you like, what you want to do, and where you see you shining the best. That's the best way to look at it.
For me, again, if I say summarize it, invest on yourself because you
Yeah.
are very important. Whatever, like Petson gave an example of his friend from a mechanical background into automobile. So you know
Yeah.
that no, if you are investing in something, you're dedicated. You take this ahead because you want to do it. Yeah. So that is the best investment, I would say. So we'll move on to the next theme. Okay. So maybe, yeah, Vidula.
Okay. So okay, supposing, okay, now we know AI is there. AI is going to take over lots of the repetitive tasks. Repetitive means the work which is very easy to be done. So what unique skill do we as a human being have to bring to the table? What do you feel, Preetham, as a human being, we should know that AI can't replace, in other words?
Yeah. So AI can give you insights from lot of data, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual decision making is human only. AI can automate some part of it, but
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I said like emotional intelligence. I said that's one is AI will not have it. Second, the risk taking appetite. AI might give you the generic answer,
Yeah.
saying this is riskier and this is safer bet, but it will completely flip the switch if you look ask a senior leader like a CIO, CXOs. They will not agree with directly blanket statement from AI, right? Because they
Mm-hmm.
use the human judgment. So all the leadership roles, I don't think AI can take it for sure,
Mm-hmm.
and it can automate few of these tasks. Like let's say you want to automate email notification to a customer,
Yeah.
automate your calendar notifications on a regular basis. Let's say every fortnightly you are having this session, that
Mm-hmm.
automation can be done. But who has to automate has to be triggered by a human being, right?
Yes.
If there is no human being at all, then there is nothing can AI do, because it's depends on the human. And plus, as I said, like the emotional intelligence, I think AI is missing, and that is debatable. I know people may agree, won't agree with my statement, but I believe that is a critical factor, and the risk-taking appetite and the hallucinations. We often forget AI models, which you see, right? I will not go technically. Like, if you look at Gemini version 1, 2, 3, it has been trained on the older data. And I'll give an example. If you look at, let's say, assume it was there from our independence era, large AI or something. If you ask before independence, something, the capital of India was Kolkata, right? Some point of time. Then it happened to Delhi and New Delhi and all. So imagine they give you wrong answers. Who is going to do the validations? It is the human being. And we are most updated, and I believe we have created these models, right? So if you have to stay updated, if you are updated on the track with the recent technology developments, I don't think AI can even replace you, and you bring a lot of unique values to the table, which AI can never bring, honestly.
So interesting. Benas, what would you say to develop leadership skills and risk taking? I mean, what would you recommend a student should emphasize on so that they can be able to rule AI?
Right. Actually, that's the good perspective of looking at it. We have, I think our generation has seen a lot of change.
Yes.
No? So we have used the dialing phone to typewriters to the radio turning, and
Yeah.
now we are in AI. So we are quite adaptive. But coming to this new generation, I still feel that there is I think they are more adaptive than us because they are already into it. But then, yes, when it comes to the other skills, is where we lack because there is no social interaction. So there's very less interaction thanks to the gadgets. So we're not spending enough time to understand another human being. So end of it, whether it's AI or no, we are actually working and living with the society, the social beings. So that's where the problem is. So you wouldn't know how to handle yourself or your sibling or your parent. And how will you manage a company? How will you manage your subordinates? That's where the real challenge is. So you need to balance it out. Leadership skill doesn't come as it is by reading about it, right? So you need to develop it by taking initiative right where you are at your own home or workspace or your college institution. So that's where you take initiatives, grow up, try to understand all the theoretical things you learn in the management lessons, put it in
Practical.
practice and learn. Yeah, that's the only solution to upskill your leadership. Otherwise, communication or no, even time management, you cannot make a timetable and just walk out. So you need to follow something what you have learned. So I think bringing in all these concepts that makes you a good management student than just mere getting a highest CGPA. Yeah, so you need to focus on communication and interaction.
That reminds me in the sense like that's where humans can actually beat AI because AI cannot do anything practical. It's all theoretical knowledge that it spreads. It doesn't have
Yeah.
any practice at all. And we being human beings should practice everything to prove the AI that it's right or wrong. So it's through our own practice and our own applications that we can actually rule AI. So there's no need to fear about AI taking over any jobs until you know how to control. I mean, how you can actually rule AI in the same sense.
Right. Well, on a lighter note, human being, I mean, AIs will not have mood swings. So
Yeah.
your employees will have. So you just need to understand.
So AI wouldn't know what to do. We have to know
Right.
what to do. They only
So
only AI
it's
gives
the
solutions.
extremes.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. I think next question then. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Again, Preetham, what would you say is the best certification which gives the biggest advantage? Of course, you've repeatedly mentioned there's no single certification, but on a generic
Yeah,
aspect, what would you say?
yeah, I would say more than the certification, it's about making the foundation strong. So focus on foundations. Make it so much practicable that you feel it boring. If the things become boring, then you become a specialist in that. So that happened to me in data and infrastructure world. I was feeling bored because blindly I can say anything out of my sleep, right? Same thing, make this subject so much boring that your foundation is strong and somebody challenges you, you can challenge back, saying your perspective, and then go for certification. Honestly, I don't believe in certification unless and until it's a full-time degree or something. That has been my core way of leading my IT journey. So, but yes, industry demands certification. Of course, you cannot say no to industry, right? So pick one. As I said, pick one vendor. Don't gamble with saying that I'll pick three certifications of three different vendors, because that will lead you nowhere. All the big companies know a good candidate is a candidate who has got complete control over one path. Let's say you are a stack on, let's say, Oracle technologies or SAP, like Peterson suggested, right? So then we stick to that and do AI certification around that. So SAP also has a lot of AI tools. I do also SAP migrations technically in the past. So SAP has got a lot of AI tools. You can talk about that, the data analytics part with AI. So think of that things and pick one. Let's say Google Generative AI Leader Certification. That's the hot cake and flavor of the season. I don't know about tomorrow, but today people are talking about that. If you want to start with that. Or if you have a personal preference, liking, like Chat GPT, OpenAI is very good, right? On the consumer side. So you can go with OpenAI. They also have something, right? So pick one and focus on the foundations and then go for certifications. As I said, not from the day one. Don't put a clock on your table saying that after 30 days I am certified and I will crack a higher LPA package from, let's say, all the great companies, right? So that should not be the intent. Learning should be the intention, and the rest all will follow along.
Perfectly put, Pritam. I think, Petson, do you have anything from the corporate side?
Yeah, any other certification besides AI which you think is give a good advantage?
I'm not an AI expert,
No,
but I think the coding skills, learn the fundamentals, coding skills, maybe Python, frameworks like TensorFlow or PyTorch. These are the things which have been used in our corporate office, but I'm not sure what will be happen in another next 12 months.
Any other certification you would recommend that gives a good advantage?
No, at the moment.
Okay.
I would say, sorry, I had to put my video off. So I would say, if you don't know how the food tastes, okay, in simple words, you can't cook properly, nor can you understand the taste. So it's better that you start learning the cooking, become a master chef in whatever subject you are at, and then you become an expert. Then nothing can shake you. So no other restaurant can take over you. Yeah, so that's it, in simple words. Yeah.
Okay, so we move to the next question.
Okay, it's not visible.
No, it's not visible.
Oh, sorry, I think my internet. Okay, I'll just read it out. If AI takes over your repetitive work tomorrow,
no, not the next one. We hear FAANG mindset. What does it actually mean, and how can I start developing it right now?
It's the 8th question.
Yeah,
I went back. So we are FAANG mindset. Yeah.
That is again Pritam's question.
Okay.
Yeah. So FAANG, I think this has been coined well in the industry. FAANG and F replaced by MANG, because of Facebook, Meta getting Apple, Amazon, I think Netflix and Google, right?
Yeah.
So, and even I would like, if there is option, to add Microsoft to the list also. But unfortunately, doesn't think that slang. But yes, so big tech companies, when they look at, they don't look at right or wrong answer. And I will give an example from my interview process as well. So they'll ask you a problem statement, they'll give you that, and they will ask you your approach. Why did you did that? And what was your data point? What were your assumptions? And how you tackle that? And what is the timeline? So we all believe on something called 10x. We call it moonshot. We see a bigger picture and impact. It should not be a banded or posted type of fix you are doing to the customer. So, for example, I was very poor in one of the technology. I will not name it here. I want to keep relevant as a imposter expert, something here on a lighter note. But I was not good at one technology. I read it, but the problem was the moment it goes in depth in Google rounds, you will be exposed if you're trying to defend at one point of time, right?
Yeah.
You can tell 10 lies, 20 lies, 100 lies, and the one more lie will expose you, right? So the best way is take your approach and always work in your comfort zone area where you can work in your strength. For example, question like, let's say, and this is my interview questions, and they said Google Cloud is going to open a data center in India. Which location they should open and why they should open and what? So the answer was, I was given 15 minutes to think through. You can imagine 15 minutes to think through an interview round. Nobody will give you that. And it was all your leadership skills you are challenged there. And your interviewer will not say you are wrong or right. They will see how
Your
much
perspective.
how much you can take a pushback from them. So each question and answer will be challenged by themselves. They will say, no, I don't think this is the right. Because if your assumption is wrong, if you have not noted down and you are just jumping the bus to answer the question, not thinking around, and I made this mistake in my past, so I learned from my mistake. And so it's all about use cases, your approach. And one thing they will look at is, don't go to your leaders. You might be a manager or you might be a senior leader, but end of the day you will have a boss or somebody else, right? Don't go to your leaders with a problem statement. Go to leaders with a solution approach. No leader likes to hear out saying that there is a problem, so we are not meeting our revenues, KPIs, numbers, blah blah blah, all those things, right? So that's, so you have a problem solving mindset. Doesn't matter if the problem is not solved, but you will have to show the approach, saying that, hey, solution one, option two, I'm thinking this way. Then you can get validations. And same thing in big companies like this, FAANG or MANG, whatever you want to say, they expect you to do the homework first. Moment there is a, let's say, customer problem, or you are in support, or a coding problem, or anything, right, challenge you see in the sales, so they expect what homework you did, and why do you think that is not solvable at your level, right? So then you'll have to back you with the data points. So always in these big companies, when you're working, and trust me, your first image will very difficult to change. If you go randomly and ask questions, say, please help me, I am my I am on a hot seat, fire is burning. Always go look at the problem, take time. And honestly, I always say, take a deep breath. I always do a deep breath when I see lot of customer escalations, and then close my eyes and then say, okay, let's think about the problem. So these are few of the approaches helped me. Honestly, I will tell you, technically we are always at plus minus one level. What makes the differentiator is how you approach a problem, what are your soft skills, how well you can back up your data. Doesn't matter if you have 30 certifications, 40 certifications, and I trust me, you will never end up working for one of these big companies, right? So if you want to work, especially for US companies, especially, they look at for this, because I was lucky enough and blessed enough to work with them. Few of them, not all of them. But use case, approach, solution, problem solving, these are the few things they focus on the interview. So tech is obviously granted. They expect if you have come for a Google shortlisting of interview or a Microsoft, they'll say, okay, technically you are qualified. What else you bring to the table?
Yeah, so that brings to the point, Bina, what would you say when you said the first image you create? What would you recommend fresher or student? You're on mute.
Yeah, I always tell that, yeah, you need to summarize yourself. Nobody has time to listen to you, right? So it
Yeah.
gives in every field. That's why AI has replaced us, because nobody has enough time. And the first thing is, we also have in personal interview, or whatever you call the one statement, or in sales we have a sales pitch. So everywhere, whatever your story is, whatever you represent, should be summarized. We call it as elevator pitch. So if that is strong, so nothing can beat it. You create a first impression. So once that is done, I mean, you don't have to. I always come back to simple examples. So when you have to launch the rocket, you still have that countdown, right? So you can twist around, do fix a lot of things in that countdown. But once it's gone, it's gone. So make sure that you are perfectly ready. Like Pritam was saying, mindset shift is also important. And also not reaction to the problem. So you need to think respond, and that will show you, that will make you very strong as a personal person, and also your personality will be respected or valued. So you will be growing in your career. Yeah, that's it, Mridula.
That's anything to contribute?
Yes, FAANG is a very popular word in corporate now nowadays. I want to go a little bit of technical point of this FAANG. As you said, this refers to Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. How this big tech is approach problem solving or innovations or career growth. So FAANG is nothing as a like any big technology. It is just a thinking patterns or behaviors, that drive success in high complex environment or performance environments. So generally, this mindset, what I have observed is that always have a customer obsession. Every decision is always tied to developing values to the user, that is end user, and any solution you propose, it is always the question is how does this solve the real problem. So that is a most important thing of this FAANG mindset. And next is data driven decisions. There is a saying in corporate world, opinions matter less than the evidence. So your data is always the evidence for you, and data is the important tool which helps take the decisions, and also the action. Don't wait for perfect conditions to start off anything. You can start start small. Start iterating the things you want to do. What is done is better than the perfect. So with an accountability, you should always that ownership mindset, and accountability is a very important part, which showcase the FAANG mindset. So think like an owner, not just an employee. That's always a statement given by our bosses to us. Take the responsibility. Whenever there is challenges in your job role, go with the solutions. That is how you will be highlighted in a corporate world. The top management, look for the candidates, who just don't go with the problem. Go with the options. If you do like this, we will end up like this. So this is the better way. This is option one. This is option two. So ownership and accountability are the key factors in FAANG mindset. Yeah.
Wonderfully summarized, Petan. I would add up to Petan's statement of taking ownership. I think I should congratulate all of you who have joined today. So this is the first action you have taken.
Yeah.
So, but from now, if you are not taking ownership or taking accountability for your growth, so even if I come and sit next to you and push you, wake you up, and take you along, you will not grow. So only thing is, you need to find like we have given you a platform where you can reach out and grow, and that doesn't come easily for everybody, right? How much struggle it takes to build a network itself, a reliable one, and everything is fake under I wouldn't say everything, but yeah, most of it is fake, which is always depicted. So here you have the most hidden treasure which you need to really make use of. Yes, Mridula.
Yes, so we actually come. Okay, this is now we're coming to the final round. Actually, I mean, before that, I would like to see who has any questions. If you have any questions, would you just like to share it with us?
So I will just stop this. Yes.
Okay. So Smita has shared something.
Yeah, we will just read it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you say
Would you
okay? Okay. Would
should
you
I?
suggest okay? You go ahead.
Would you suggest a fresh undergraduate student to either immediately do masters or start their career and do their masters later down the lane?
Good
I
question.
would take that first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I? Okay.
Yeah, you take it. Go ahead.
Okay. So, well, I'm okay with both because, so I always feel experience matters. When you're doing
Yeah.
the work, you learn through experience. So, graduation is good enough for you to start working. Yeah, but there are options to certify yourself in other fields, which you can do in parallel to your education, which is learning. So, that way you save time, you also do two things. and you are on a, so compared to Mr. A, who has done graduation and started working, after 2 years, he will have 2 years of experience where he can do online education, while Mr. B, who has just done graduation and post graduation, has no zero experience. Compared to whatever the hiring person will always opt for Mr. A. So that's the advantage, I would say. I think all of us agree on this.
Pritam,
I'll go to
Petson,
yeah.
what would you say?
Yeah, I can just highlight few things. It both has pros and cons.
Yeah.
For example, a new graduate will have that the mindset of learning very quickly. You will be in a study mode only, and you can pick up the things very quickly.
Faster.
And let's say I have seen some candidates, they say like, I'll work for 2 years and then I'll go for masters. But you should have the mindset that you will pursue the masters. Otherwise, you'll end up doing the job because the real commitments kick in. Okay.
Right.
And the moment the commitments kick in and you adapt to the corporate world, then getting back to the study mode is very difficult. So that's what I said. It both has a real pros and cons. So
Right.
when you but as Tina said, having a work experience, let's say 1 or 2 years, and then doing the masters, that will help you to understand the concepts better. Any master degree you pursue, your 2 years of work experience give the fundamentals right. So, and it will set up and it will help you to which field of masters you would like to
Yes.
go for. So, if you are MBA graduate and you work for some process, but if you want to pursue the masters in that particular field, that will help you to take the master's degree in which field you want to go. So I want to say that it is up to you. But if you have real commitment to do the pursue masters, do it after 2 years or maybe do it after graduation. It's up to you.
Again, it's individual.
Yeah, I would
It's
take the
individual.
second question.
Yeah, second.
Would you suggest a fresher to join the big startups? I mean, big companies or startups, I think. Yeah. Which of these can help in skill development? I
Pritam,
think.
Petson.
Yeah, so let me throw an insight. So I happen to work with mostly the big companies like Satyam, now Tech Mahindra, right? My first company was that. But I always believed it's your first 2, 3 jobs where you learn the most, because you go through the grinding. And I was fortunate enough to go through the grinding because my colleagues were very hardworking, honestly. So we used to work Saturday, Sundays. I still recollect those days. I would say these days the work has become slightly distributed. So if given a chance, I would still prefer a startup, because that has got no boundaries or limitations to explore. And I always keep experimenting this. And Google Cloud might sound as a big company, but Cloud is a startup wing in Google. Alphabet, the parent company is Alphabet. We work in a very fast culture so that we are ready to change anytime. So we fail fast, improve fast, and learn fast. So I would say go for startup culture. So because that gives you a lot of learning, and you will realize and feel the happiness once you cross 10 or 15 years and you look at back. You have a massive learning behind your back, right? So I would prefer startup for sure.
I would agree with Pritam because I also started with a bigger company. Like right after my MBA, so I was a small fish in a big ocean. Yeah, so you just end up doing monotonous work for several months or years, and you don't learn anything else. Yeah, but once you shift to a smaller company, you manage a lot of other responsibilities. So that gives you more exposure. So you become more stronger, and then you move on to a bigger institution. You become a good leader. You become a good manager where you can handle you because you're aware of the functionalities. Yeah, that's same
So in
thing.
short, Kusumita has asked which it can help in skill development. Startup is
Yeah,
the best place for
startup
skill
is the best
development
place.
because you
Yes.
don't know what you're being thrown at. You'll be given multiple roles and you learn a lot. So if you're open to learning, it's better to go with a startup.
I think it connects with that third question. What is, in your opinion, what is it on cold emailing for job hunting? Okay, maybe it connects just like how skill development is up to you, where you want to develop. Same thing, job hunting, where you want to apply. How can you stand out and then you reach out to unknown person. Yeah, who wants to answer this before me?
Pritam Petson.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Uh,
wait a
so
minute.
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead,
Yes,
About
Petson.
the
Petson. Yeah.
startup and well-established organization. I don't want to scare the students who are maybe placed in well-organized companies. Startups are good. Where there's, as Pritham said, no boundary to explore. But there are companies, well-established companies, who has the programs to upskill the employees. So it is, you have to decide, you have to see how the company is valuing you as a employee. Are they giving you any right skill upskilling, trainings or not? Or if you're doing doing the same job for 2 years, then it's the time you think that, okay, you're not
Better leave.
upskilling yourself. But there, I also started my career with a big company, but my company provided a lot of opportunities, to learn. They also sent me to 1 year training program, the scholarship program in abroad as well. And also there are a lot of job rotations happening every 2 years. The people, I mean, the company encourage people to move into different roles every 2 years. It is up to you. So there are companies with well structured programs. So you have to observe, you have to notice what is happening around you, and then you can take a call. But I'm also agree with startups. There is no limitation. The startups will be very happy if you do 5 jobs at a time, and you can learn yourself. So,
Perfect.
but yeah, but as said, but big companies, the job is distributed. If you're doing the same job for 5 years, then you're not learning. You know, you're just relaxed. So wherever you go, it is you need to observe what is happening around you, and you have to take a call.
And I would like to even pitch in. I would say that it depends on what your priorities are, like in the
Yeah.
startup and the pay scale, and then the work hours, whatever it is, what you want to do is what could be the deciding factor if it would be a big company or a startup. What would you say, Bina?
Yes. End of it, that's what I always say, where you want to be and where you are right now, that gap should be bridged. So that there are multiple ways, but that's the first thing you need to decide. Yeah? Okay. Short term milestone or a goal, but you need to set it right away. So that's why we are here to guide you. Okay. So we can help you visualize or picturize that ultimate goal, what you are thinking of. So we'll give you the realistic picture, also guide you with the strategies. And I think, Rutala, you can also help us in this last question where will cold emailing for job hunting works.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I mean, like, even if you're doing cold emailing, I wouldn't recommend just sending emails in bulk to different companies. Instead, it would be better to do your background checks of each company. And then, yes, sending out a cold email will help if you know how to structure the emails and how to project yourself through the emails, because they receive hundreds of emails. Every company receives hundreds of emails. The way you stand out in the email is most important. What you can offer to the company, if you know what you can offer to it, then you know how to send an email in the right tone, right manner, then it'd be worth it. Otherwise, you can send thousands of emails a day, you'll not get any response. So it's
To
essentially
add
what
up,
you're looking for.
to add up to it on a lighter note, we definitely don't know which works. It depends on the mood of the person
Exactly.
who's reading. Yeah. So,
Exactly.
and one of the things, like an adventure, I had done this. I noticed one of the website where I was applying was having some defect. I was okay. So instead of saying I'm open for job, I'm looking for this role, I in fact wrote to them saying that I could notice these things are not
Yes.
working,
Hmm.
and I'm also this specialist. If you really need any help,
Yes.
I'm there. And I had never got a call immediately on the same day, and that particular institute called me. Okay, so there are ways of putting across your story matters. Yeah, I'm coming
Exactly.
back to that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kusumita. You really covered a lot of questions. Yeah,
Yes. Any other
and
questions?
I
Thank you
think
so much,
Subhash.
ma'am. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. That was really helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Subhash, you had a question. Do you want to put
Yes.
it across now?
That question actually got
Got
answered through the
answered.
session. I have another question actually.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
what advice would you give to upcoming entrepreneurs and what should they avoid doing in that process?
Okay.
Dina.
Yeah. I wouldn't say entrepreneurship itself is like trying, being adventurous. So I wouldn't say don't do something, because every time we are innovative, we are creative, only then we are successful. Okay, so only thing is taking risk in an advisable manner, financial risk especially, and also getting carried away because ideas are popping up every time, every now and then. But which idea works for the customer or the client and the market is important than what goes well with you. Okay, so there is a passion with me, in me, and then there is an interest from the customer, in the market. So you need to align it rightly and then only take it forward, not just hurry up and run behind your idea.
And on that note, I would like to speak about entrepreneurs. There are multiple entrepreneurs coming up with new ideas every day, but then it doesn't mean that every idea will work. I would always recommend you don't offer something that you have just because you have it. Offer something the market is looking for. Look, do
Correct.
your research, go to the various forums, different join communities, see what people are talking about in your industry or your topic, and see what the gap is. And then if you find a gap which you are passionate about and you feel that you can actually fill up with a new idea, that's when you should be starting with with your ideas will better materialize and give more fruits.
Yeah. I would say your problem may not be the problem of the world,
Yes.
but so find that problem. That's important. Yes.
Any other question?
Any other question? Anybody? Priyanshi, Maulya, Karthi?
Hi, Priyanshi. There's
Okay.
something not say.
Hello, ma'am.
If any questions you have?
No, ma'am, no questions from my side. Thank you. But the session was so knowledgeful. Thank you for the session.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. So yeah, we thought, okay, because of the exams, most of them didn't join us. I've got some messages. We will have one more session either in no December or January, when the semester gets over, and then we can yeah, maybe Mridula can guide us how to take this ahead. We'll be sharing with you the LinkedIn connects links of all of us, and please connect with us,
Yeah.
and then follow us so that you know how it works with our network, not just us. With like each of us have thousands of people connected. Connect with them, seek for that particular industry which attracts you, and then follow them. Yeah, so we are here to help you, guide you, but you need to ask. Okay, I always quote this from the scriptures, that only if you seek, the doors will be open, otherwise nobody will invite you, right? So you need to, I think that's the first knock, and the doors have opened, and please start walking.
Yeah, on that perspective, we just spoke about your growing a network. Is a network is a network is a known fact nowadays. So you need to know who you want to connect with, and that's the reason we have created a WhatsApp group, which we'll share the link with over here. We join that WhatsApp group. We'll be sharing new lots of programs coming up, mentorship opportunities, courses, trainings. We'll be sharing everything through the WhatsApp group, and so by joining it, you will actually be able to get access to these trainings we have to offer and grow your network with the right people. So yes, don't just grow like I was saying when you're talking about
Yeah, go ahead.
growing a network, and don't just send out connection requests to each and every person you meet. It's better to connect with people which you feel are most relatable to your industry or your whatever you plan to do.
So do we share the link now?
Yeah, share in the chat, WhatsApp group.
Mhm.
Can you explain doing digital marketing at first is a good thing to do for a new startup? Obviously, marketing is definitely essential for any startup because even now we have the biggest brands like KFC, Nike, Apple, IBM. They're still running ads. They're still talking. The industry is full of new opportunities coming in, new companies starting up, new startups coming in. The same topic, same business. So it's necessary we do marketing, and whatever marketing again is depends on the your budget, what your emphasis is, if it's time or effort or money. And I would always recommend having a social media presence first, then go for digital marketing because people want authenticity. They want to know who you are and not just have a social media presence. Start posting about whatever you know, showing your authority. That's when people believe you. Within the world of AI, not going against AI, but because many people are misusing AI and using it to prove themselves when they don't really know much about the things. It's better to show up and let people know who you are and connect, reach out. And like Bina always emphasizes, meeting each other is very important, and joining such calls, joining meetings where you can actually see a person and listen to what they're saying, what they speak about. That's why we have the group where we conduct a session so we can actually know who an expert is. And just saying we're an expert is not enough. We need to be able to answer questions. That's why we are answering questions, opening up the panel to asking you for your questions so that we can answer them.
Okay,
So yes,
to
go
second
ahead.
that, Petson is a real person. He's traveling, so he's not putting the video on. He's not the
Yes.
AI. Okay, he sounds also very professional. Thank you, Petson. But
Yeah.
yes, so that
My
way,
pleasure.
if you don't put on the video, I'm just talking about the students here. So if you don't put on the video, you will never
Yeah.
open up. You will never get that get out of that fear of conversing with unknown people. That's the first step you need to get out
So
of.
I
Yeah.
would recommend everyone put on a video for a while now. It'll be actually good for
Can
everyone.
you?
Overcome that fear. Even putting on the video is not, it doesn't matter where you are, how
It's
you are,
not the
what you
fear, but yeah, sometimes
discomfort.
discomfort, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. But yes, I understand you all have crossed that COVID stage and you know what exactly happens, right? So instead of, okay, maybe there are multiple courses now. Preetham will be talking about AI. He is a specialist. Betson has a lot more to offer from the actual real global perspective. Yeah, thank you, Priyanshi. And so I would help you to bridge the gaps which you have, at least to reach out to each of them. And Mridula is an expert. She wears a multiple hats, but yeah, she can help you with the actual even the smallest email marketing, how it actually works, right? To the content, how you need to approach, how you need to understand a customer, how you need to actually take your idea to the operational level. All these things we can jointly put in effort. If you really want mentorship, I would recommend you to go ahead and yeah, we are not selling anything here. It's just that one step if you take, then we will take you further. So we just want you to pass on this message to even your friends. They can join in, and then maybe from Jan onwards we will go a little more rigorous on on the program or course, whatever you need. Yeah. So have you all joined the link? So
WhatsApp group, we will be sharing
Mridula
it again.
sent the
Yeah.
link. So just go to the chat. Maybe if you can't, then you can drop in a message in LinkedIn.
Yeah. We can always connect with me. I mean, we got a LinkedIn links also was shared. We share it again. Just connect with us, and then we have not joined the group. You can just connect with the group, connect with us for the
Right.
group link, and we can
Yeah.
share it with you.
So your focus is on exams, your focus is on corporate world, your focus is on your friends, what they are doing, but the main focus should be on yourself. Just focus on yourself and grow, learn to be unique. Just like how social media or digital marketing is important, you say advertisements are also important, right? If some brand is not advertising, we feel it's a failure. So same way, if you're not speaking, you're not open, people will not know you're there. Right? If I don't speak for 1 month, people will really have doubts. They'll ask, "Are you actually alive? Are you there?" I get such questions. So you have to be there. Make a strong presence. And thank you so much. We should be ending this call with a good
Yes.
note. See you
Yes.
all, and
So
thank you, Preetham. Thank you, Petson. Thank you, Radhila. And
thank you everyone
Subhash,
for
Maulya,
joining.
Karthi, and
Yeah.
Ashita, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. It was a very interactive session. And thank you, Veena ma'am. It is very sweet of you to connect with us and
Thank you
organize
so
such a
much.
wonderful session.
Thank you so much. It's all together, team effort. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Thank you. Good
Petson.
night.
Bye-bye.